We are the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Gun. 11.
Quickly to the air is Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
And a tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Well, what a matchup we have here in the AFC North on this All Hallows Eve, otherwise known, of course, as Halloween. Kids probably shuffling home right now from trick-or-treating, all hopped up on sugar and ready to drive their parents crazy as these two old rivals get together here on this final day of October in a game that's been highly anticipated. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Handoff up the middle, Hunt, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can tackle, as he did there.
On 2nd and goal, Watson. And that's going to be caught from Browns. Touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
All right, I can run it after these two Madden games.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Yeah, I got 2 back-to-back.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw in the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
They're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Watson, off play action. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter. They were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. The good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Now a first down throw, Watson. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there.
I don't do 2 bullshit interceptions to start the game. It's bullshit.
Here's Watson.
Yo, get the pick.
Touchdown, Cleveland. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes.
The Bengals defense is atrocious.
And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm pissed.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
12, 11 coming.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Takes it to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up. They can take advantage.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more.
Yo, what are these niggas doing, bro?
For essentially 2 weeks.
First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
Niggas really not making plays on the ball.
Deal with a couple of defenders, been able to find his big tight end.
And partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have the size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The Browns at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll find Schwartz, complete right side.
Boy, they're making no plays on the ball, bro. I think it's talking about my controller. I gotta get the controller. It's crazy.
It's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this 1st half. And the Browns have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield.
These niggas defense all over the place. Good God, why wasn't they playing like that when I was playing with them?
They're left with a third and
I was flying to the football.
Looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on third down. He's got Hurst, his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Pushes past him. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
To the air again, Burrow. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hold up. That's my favorite what?
Burrow looking to pass. And for the 3rd time
about my day.
It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously Charles, they were ready for the pass too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity lost.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run it again with Chubb.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today.
Man, they got Greg Newsom looking like motherfucking prime fucking Deion Sanders, bro.
Put points up on the board.
Now this one complete down.
That shit annoying.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And Burrow going to throw again. That's caught one more time by Boyd. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
2nd down and goal. Burrow. And he'll just chuck this one up into Roche. It's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and call it back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
The Jaguars in 2025 and the Bengals in 2023.
How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. Mixon is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
The nigga that went down there and replayed that shit.
From the red zone
They
now,
went down there
Watson.
when they came back up. That's when they started denying.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell, and the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful read there by the safety. Zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football. He comes down with the interception.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And he'll go down inside the 45 before.
Man, they had like the Browns got the best defense in the motherfucking world, bro. This shit annoying.
And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. And Chubb will try the middle here. Running right through him. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has now been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They go up the middle with Chubb, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it.
Man, this shit lame, bro. I fucking hate these niggas.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 53 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to.
And that's going to be caught from.
Why can we not make plays on the ball, bro? That shit.
4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here we go, here we go.
From midfield now, Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Trying to lay one up deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back early in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Second down, here's Chubb again. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Faking the give. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And some room to work. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've
I gotta have a work defense in the league.
all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline. because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Here we go. Here we go.
Play action. It's Burrow.
Oh my fucking God, bro.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today.